welcome back to Nightly Nerds. I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we're playing
Pokémon FireRed. Turn around.
Aha! I tricked you. I want to go fishing. I need to go fishing. I haven't gone fishing in forever.
Since your fishing buddy left.
Yep.
Oh,
That's what happens, man. When you don't have a fishing buddy, you guys gotta go by yourself, and it's hot and dry here. There's not a lot of places to fish.
You're actually closer to.
I'm right.
Right down the street, basically.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Tule Springs is really close to me, but you have to pay to go into Tule Springs.
Yeah.
It's a double whammy. I'd rather go to fish somewhere where I'm paying for my license, not just to fish there. I don't fish to feed myself. I just fish to relax. But of course, now that I weigh a lot less, that kind of stuff is funner to do. So I need to start doing it again.
Yeah.
That's one of those little things. There's like a lot of little, like none of my clothes fit now. Like everything looks so freaking baggy on me. I have to like cinch my clothes up because they'll fall right off of me, like my pants and stuff.
I have to do that consistently just because I don't have an ass.
I don't either, and I've lost a ton of weight. So.
Because it'll happen with like my boxers, and like, I'll be walking around the house doing stuff late at night when no one's up.
Yeah.
And that's the only time I'll ever walk around in my boxers, and it's just like I have to take my elastic band on my boxers and lift it up over my belly just so it doesn't slide down my ass.
Well, here's my other thing is like I'm not gonna buy clothes because I'm dropping weight so fast. I don't want to buy something and then it'd be too big for me in a month. So, because I'm literally dropping anywhere from half a pound to a pound and a half a day, depending on conditions. Conditions.
Quit splashing.
Splish splash! I was taking a bath. 102 experience.
Yeah, it's like
Schmaug.
I'm like it's a magic carp at this level, and trainer magic carps only know one move, so might as well train up a Pokemon here.
Man, people here just always raring for a fight.
I just want to get to the new area.
Jackie Chan.
Actually, I can go this way. Down. Okay, I gotta fight him. That's fine.
I always go with bird Pokemon.
Because I'm bird catcher.
Whoa.
Oh, so there was I was playing Cards Against Humanity with a couple friends, and there was a card being played that just I will forever have this image in my head now, but it's the funniest image ever. So picture a falcon. Okay. In your head. Bird of prey, super awesome badass. Put a box on his head. Exactly, and it's just like, well, it's like. Were you into falconry and you just didn't have the special hood anymore, so you just put a box on his head and hope for the best? And then just picturing that thing being like, I can't get out of this thing. Fuck.
What is it? I was listening to Joe Rogan's podcast. It was an older one. It was Greg Fitzsimmons. You know who that is? Mm-hmm. Comedian. Yeah. And he got sprayed by a skunk once because he was like...
Oh, that's the worst thing ever.
He was... well, he's trying to be a good person, so... Kept hearing this nice clank, 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 clank sound.
Yeah, he was trying to save the skunk.
So the skunk had got its head stuck in a mayonnaise jar.
Oh.
So he was trying to help the skunk out, and the skunk sprayed him. But and then he just took off with a mayonnaise jar on his head because he couldn't get it off. And then when it sprayed him, he's like, ah! And then the skunk ran off. Oh. Hey, be careful with skunks though; they carry rabies.
I've actually heard that like skunks can actually make one of the best pets.
Oh yeah, you get them deglanded.
If you get them deglanded, they're like essentially like a really fluffy cat dog.
I don't know. I've always wanted a raccoon. Like I know they're like horrible pets though.
They are the worst.
But I've always wanted one. I heard that when if you have an adolescent female, it's a really good pet. But then if you don't get it spayed and it hits puberty, then it becomes like a monster. And males are just monsters. So once they hit puberty, like literally will tear you and your house apart. Like, it doesn't mean I don't want one.
Like, same thing with cats. Like, I believe female cats are the best to get. Or no, sorry. Male cats are the best. The only problem with male cats is they like to
spray.
They spray.
So you have to get them fixed early to keep it from happening.
Because male cats are the ones that are very affectionate and non-aggressive.
They latch on to somebody probably easier.
Yes. So like they're far more trusting, and they'll just like, I'm not gonna like be a pest, but I just want to sit in your lap and
I fooled you again.
And I just want some attention. And so I'm like, oh, like my friend's cat, he's a rescue cat, and he's the sweetest, skittish little male cat I've ever seen. He's like, he looks like he's fat as fuck, but he's just furry.
He's fluffy.
So he when like he gets super affectionate and wants your attention, if you start scratch him, he does the trap that all cats will do, and they'll roll on their back. It's like scratch my belly. But most cats, if you scratch more than a few times, they bite the shit out of you.
Yeah.
He, however, will take his paws, no claws, because he has claws. He'll take his paw, grab your hand, pull the thumb into your mouth, and nibble on it. And he does it very slow, so you're not like, no, what are you doing? No, what are you doing? Don't do that. Yeah, he's like, he's a skittish little guy. So the only every time you encounter his claws is when he's afraid he's gonna fall.
Yeah, he'll grab on. And
then he'll grab and it's like, ah!
And I watched the interview with that guy that killed that mountain lion.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, so if anyone doesn't know, we've talked about it on the show before, but there was a guy who, in Colorado, a jogger who was attacked by an adolescent mountain lion, about 80-pounder.
Oh, yeah.
And, I mean, I say adolescent mountain lion, it's still 80 pounds, and he could easily have killed him. Anyways, but he got attacked by it, and he was able to, it grabbed the hold of his arm, wouldn't let go, and he was able to pin it down, and eventually he suffocated it until its jaws unclamped and it died. But with his bare hands, it's pretty impressive. But he was talking about like the claws; they kept like retracting and coming in and out. And it's like he just said it was so freaky, you could hear them like.
Don't die, buddy! Don't die!
Oh no, schmog!
Just trying to get him some experience. All right, Brian.
Brian.
Oh, so I had I was gonna talk about this like a lot sooner in our recording session. But I was just talking to my mother because like she has a little bit of that older person syndrome of like they can't comprehend like
technology.
Not technology, but like how to text message or using text to communicate.
Yeah, technology basically.
Because like she'll type out like a sentence and it makes like no sense like at all. As an example, so like yesterday was garbage day for us, and she was running a little late to work, and so she sent me a text, basically asking me to empty the kitchen garbage and take the garbage out to the street because she was running a little late for work, but she like tried to abbreviate things, and instead of saying empty, she said MP.
MP, kitchen, street, garbage. You're like, huh?
Basically. Basically, that's what that was. And it was just like...
there's a whole biker gang over there.
It's just like, Mom, you gotta learn how to like... It's text. You can pause, and you can... Because it was like a couple hours before the garbage would actually ever show up. And... like you can pause and you can take your time and like write out your sentences so they make sense. Like, when you're actually writing a paper.
Yeah.
She's like, yo, yeah, no, I probably should, and more often than this. And like last week, she was trying to send a text to my sister because we bumped into someone at the store that knew my sister. Cause she's like stopped and she's like, are you blah blah blah's mother? And she's like, yeah. It's like I was like, I know her. And she's like, just let her know I said hi and say I'm super jealous of all her little trips around
the world
and whatnot. And they had a little conversation about it. She's like, so I looked over her shoulder and I saw her typing this. I'm like, you need to give her context of who this person might be in case they don't necessarily know who she is. And she's like, so read that again in your head without a tone. And does that make sense? She's like, no, that does not. So yeah, I need to put this and that. And so she does that. And I was just like, my dad's even worse because he uses voice to text to talk to people, and he believes that everyone hears what he has put in his message as how he would say it.
Yeah, like as if the text understands the tone.
Yes, and I keep trying to tell him that, and she's like, because I was, as an example, I'm like, you as a human being have three voices. You have the voice you speak, the voice you hear, and the voice in your head. So it's like when you speak, you don't hear the same thing as how you actually sound. And there's a different voice in your head. So it's like if you were to take a thing of card stock and you were to cut off like the front half of your ears, you wouldn't hear, like you would hear the echo and it would sound different to you. It would sound odd. It's just like, but for YouTubers and creators that like hear themselves in our headphones like we do, we've gotten used to it.
Oh yeah.
We've gotten used to hearing our own voice, and it's weird.
So your advice is to anybody texting is before you send it,
hear it in your head.
Read it back, and if it makes sense, then send it. If it doesn't, then rethink how you're going to send it.
Yeah, because in your head, you technically don't have a tone to it, but you have your own voice in your head. It's different than how like you would actually sound even in your own head.
All right, so I think that's going to end this epised.
Yeah, that's going to
end of Nightly Nerds. As always, I'm Tote.
And I'm Ginger.
And we'll catch you guys next time.
Bye-bye. Hey, did you like that video?
Well, if you did, click the box on the right for another.
Click the box on the left for a playlist.
Of course, you could always just subscribe by clicking the link in the middle.
Come find us on social media.
There are links in the description below.
Don't be afraid to leave us a comment.
Thanks for watching. I'm Tote.
I'm Ginger. See you then.
Bye.